Welcome to The Asshole Podcast. Let's get into it. All right. Guess what today is? Today is Haunting Adeline Day. Let's go, baby. We are on chapters 29 and 30 for Haunting Adeline. Woo! It is you guys' favorite time of the week. Yeah, I know. I check my analytics, you bastards. Yeah, you guys love these shows, all right? That's why you're here. It's all good. I'm for it. You guys have been recommending books down in the comments to do after Haunting Adeline Book 2. Love you. Appreciate you. Thank you so much for all the book recommendations. I think I have like over 10 now, maybe 15, something like that. You guys have been recommending a lot of books, all right? I've been trying to go through all of them to see which ones. And for you people who are recommending like 3 or 4 books, just choose your favorite one and recommend that one, okay? Because your boy's got a long list. Don't get me wrong. I wrote them all down, all right? I wrote them all down. But yeah, if you're going to put like 3 or 4 of them, just write one. Just your favorite top book that you are just like, yeah. All right. So it'll help me out a little bit. But yes, without further ado though, we are going to get into Haunting Adeline chapters 29 and 30. But before we do, you know what we do. We have an awesome thread. Today's thread is a bit of a good one. It's a bit of a juicy one. It is, what's the funniest gross pickup line you can think of? All right. So let's see what gross and weird pickup lines you guys can think of. All right. I may have a 2-inch penis, but I can lick the crumbs out of a Pringles can. Oh, I see. Okay. All right. Got you. Okay. So that means you got a long tongue, but you got a short penis. Got you. All right. I was lost there. You know, I was like, wait a minute. You know, my train didn't arrive at the station just right away. All right. Got you, fam. Got you. What's the funniest gross pickup line you can think of? Let's play Barbie. I'll be Ken and you can be the box I come in is crazy. That's crazy. Yo. I for one, I don't think a girl would understand that one right off the bat, especially if you just walked up to her and was just like, yo, let's play Barbie. I'll be the Ken and you'll be the box I come in. You know, she'd be like, what? What do you mean? Because obviously, like, another term for vagina is box. So, you know, it's like, yeah, that's the box. That, you know, it's like she would have to kind of get that. She would kind of have to already know that terminology. But that's wild. All right. What's the funniest gross pickup line you can think of? If you were a fruit, you would be a fine apple. And if you were a vegetable, I would visit you every day in the hospital. This thing is crazy. What? That's crazy. He said, if you're a vegetable, I'd visit you every day in the hospital, girl. Don't worry about it. Like, what the hell? That's crazy. Okay, hey. You know, I feel like that's worked for him at least once. I feel like that's worked for him. All right, what's the funniest gross pickup line that you can think of? I went up to a girl in a bar and said, I'd like to get into your knickers. Her comeback was, I've already got one cunt in there. I don't want another. Damn. Okay. Well, all right. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's like a way of saying she's got a boyfriend, but it's a shitty boyfriend? Maybe. I don't know. I could be wrong, ladies. Let me know. And they could be in Australia, though. In Australia, they're like, cunt. Yeah, cunt. Yeah, they call everybody cunts, you know. And I'm just like, oh, okay. All right, cool, man. So, shit, you never know. I don't know. All right. What's the funniest gross pickup line that you can think of? Want to come back to my place and watch porn on my 52-inch mirror? That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. What? Why? How would that get a girl to be like, yeah, most definitely? And then on top of that, I don't think they would really understand. They'd probably just be like, what do you mean? Maybe he has like the closet doors that are mirrors, and that might be what it is. I'm just trying to think of it like from the girl's perspective. Like if a guy just came up and said that shit, she would be like, what? Huh? Because even for me, it takes a while to just be like, wait, what are you talking about? What are you referring to? But I mean, All right, what's the funniest gross pickup line that you can think of? Baby, are you a rare steak? 'Cause I'd eat you if you were bleeding. Okay. All right. Okay, I mean, look, man, we talked about this on the Sunday show that, having sex on the period is fantabulous, but eating the coochie out on the period, I don't know about that one, man. I don't know about that one. Like me, a period don't stop nothing but a sentence. But I don't think I'm gonna eat the coochie while it's bleeding. Like I'll put my penis in there, but I don't think I'm gonna eat it. I mean, maybe if you just stick towards the top and you straight, but yeah, I don't know, man. You gotta be like the love of my life for me to do some shit like that. I ain't gonna. You gotta be the love of my goddamn life for me to do some shit like that, bro. I don't know, man. I don't know. All right, what's the funniest gross pickup line that you can think of? I think I shall call you wrench because when I look at you, my nuts tighten. That's funny. That's a good one. That's a good one. Okay. All right. You fuckers are creative, man. God damn. Because I know I wouldn't be able to come up with like half of the shit that you guys fucking come up with, if I'm being honest with you. That's a good one. All right. What's the funniest gross pickup line that you can think of? If you sat on my face, I'd eat my way to your heart. I mean, ladies, any takers? You good? Yeah, you sitting on my man's face? No? Okay. All right. Well, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sure there's at least one that's just like, yes, please. I'm down. Yeah, I mean, because, hey, there's a lot of girls that love a good little coochie licking, shit. All right, what's the funniest gross pickup line that you can think of? I can give you 12 inches. I just have to give it to you 6 times is crazy. That's crazy. He's just like, I can give you 12 inches, but I'm just going to have to give it to you like 6 times, and then that'll make the 12. All right? Hey. That's crazy, man. hey, you know what I mean? It's just like, baby, we can get on a payment plan, I give you 12 inches, but at, 3-inch installments. Like, come on now. All right, what's the funniest gross pickup line that you can think of? If I flip this coin, what are my chances of getting head? Yo! Hey, that's that one. Yeah. I think I'm going to steal that one. That one's good. Will it work? No, but that one's good. That one is fucking good. Oh. Now I need to carry a coin around everywhere I go. Yeah, man. Because think about it. Say you do find a cute girl, whatever. You talking to her. You guys are chopping it up. It's real good. And you guys are, getting to that point where it's time to leave the bar, if you will. It's like, hey, do you want to go, with me and we can leave this place? And she's like, yeah, I'm down. Where do you want to go? And it's just like, let me ask you something. Flip this coin. What are my chances of getting heads? And she'd be like, oh, I don't know if she would immediately get it, but I feel like it's a thing where if you were vibing and talking already and then you hit her with that, I think you'd be getting a BJ at the end of the night, man. If I'm being honest with you, I think you'd be getting a BJ. It would just be too smooth. It'd be too smooth. Hey, that one is, yeah, you my guy. I'm gonna have to hit you up. I'm gonna be like, hey, yo, man, I need some more of that sauce. What's the funniest gross pickup line that you can think of? Want to go halves on a bastard. Okay, I see what you mean. All right, I see what you mean. You wanna impregnate this girl and then leave her. That's crazy. Okay, that's crazy. Hey man, I mean. Some dudes they on their villain arc, man. They out here trying to create single moms. That's just crazy. What's the funniest gross pickup line that you can think of? Damn girl, you shit with all that ass. Hey, facts. Sometimes I'd be like, damn, that booty is fine. I'm like, you doo-doo out of that booty? God damn. Girls don't shit, man. It's only rainbows and unicorns come out of that end. Yeah. It's just rainbows and unicorns. Come on now. All right. What's the funniest gross pickup line that you can think of? I put the STD in stud. Now all I need is you. This nigga, bro. Okay. All right, man. It's is it creative? Yes, I give that to you. But the moment you mention STD, she's gonna just be like, wait, no. You got a what now? And it's like, no, because the word stud is STUD. You know what I mean? I got the STD, but I need you. Oh man, yeah. You might as well just do the alphabet one. You know what I mean? If I could rearrange the alphabet, I put you and I together, and that one might work a little better. It's old school, but a girl over 30 would appreciate it. Yeah. I'm sure a lot of y'all is young or something. I don't know. But again, you can use the old school ones. They might dig it. Oh, God. I'm showing my age. Woo! Oh, I need to stop. I'm showing my age right now. Oh, my God. I can't believe I said, can you dig it? That's crazy. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm old. I'm an old fart. God. All right, what's the funniest gross pickup line that you can think of? Want to come back to my place. My couch pulls out, but I don't. Hey, that's a classic right there. That's a classic. Hey, yeah, baby. I'm about to be nutting in them walls. What are you talking about? And we shooting up the club. Oh, man. All right. What's the funniest gross pickup line that you can think of? Do you like fitness? How about fitness dick in your ass? That's crazy. That's crazy, man. You gonna get slapped. You gonna get slapped on the gym floor. Man. And trust me, I've seen it a lot. I've seen it happen so many times. Dudes go up to girls and, they try to talk to them, whatever, and they spit a little one-liner. That's all you hear. And it's like, oh. Oh, man, it's happened a lot. It's happened a lot. And me, I'd be like, minding my own business. Nope. I ain't looking over there. Not today, Chief. Yeah, man. It happens a lot. At my new gym, not so much, just because I go hella fucking early in the morning. But my old gym would open at 8 in the morning. And everybody would damn near try to show up early as possible. Not a lot of people would show up at 8 in the morning, but there would be a good decent amount of people there. But by the time it was like 9, close to 10, because I'd be in the gym for maybe 45 to an hour, and so by the time it gets 9, almost 10, whatever, that's when the bulk of the people are there, and so then it gets pretty busy, and you would see a lot of guys just trying to hit on girls and stuff like that, and you would I would say maybe 5 times out of 10 going to the gym, that's 50%, you would see a dude trying to hit on a girl, get slapped. Yeah, man. Nah, you gonna get slapped up with that one. What's the funniest gross pickup line that you can think of? Want to have good sex? No. Come to my place tonight. That's crazy. What? He's pretty much just advertising himself hey, do you want to have good sex? No? Great. Come to my house because you're going to have a shitty time, but we're at least going to have sex. And it's okay. That would be crazy if you talked a girl into that, where she's just wait, I mean, I do want to have good sex, but you said no, so I guess, yeah, I'll go, whatever. I wonder if that's ever worked for him. If that's worked for him, hey, man, hey, where do you live? Because there ain't no way that's working out where I stay. That's just not happening. All right, what's the funniest gross pickup line that you can think of? Hey, girl, are you a haunted house? Because I would cry after I came inside of you. What? Like, huh? That to me that would just tell the girl, like, wait, you cry during sex? Like, I'm telling you, man, there's so many of these pickup lines where the girl would just be like, huh? Eh? She's just sitting there like, what? I don't know what you're talking about. And I'm like, bro, I don't know, man. I don't know. That one, yeah, that one will not work. All right, what is the funniest gross pickup line that you can think of? What's the difference between you and my college lecture? I'm not going to come in my college lecture tomorrow. I'm not going to come into my college lecture tomorrow. Wait, are you setting up the sex for tomorrow? Like, wait, what? Hold on, man. The train is still on the tracks to the station here. Hold on. He said you're not like my college lecture because I'm not going to come to my college lecture tomorrow. What?
What did he say?
I don't know, man. You guys got to let me know in the comments on that one. I'm dumb. I'm stupid as shit on this one. I don't know what he's talking about. Like, what are you talking about, man? What do you mean? What do you mean by that? I don't know. I have no fucking clue, bro. All right. What's the funniest gross pickup line that you can think of? Are you a proletariat? Cut theirs an uprising in my lower class. Okay. Sure. All right. Clearly, you're one of those guys that no one understands. I get what he's saying, but it's just like most girls are going to be like, what? Am I a prola what? And rising lower what? What are you talking about? They're going to be like, I'm sorry. I don't like politics. Sorry. They're not going to know what the fuck you're talking about, dude. Like, what? No, and don't get me wrong. I understand, like, some girls think, like, intelligence is sexy, but they have to kind of understand what you're saying to some degree in order for the intelligence to be sexy. You know, because then at that point, you're just kind of making her feel dumb, and she's just like, okay, I don't really care for this anymore. So, yeah, okay. All right, you know, what's the funniest gross pickup line that you can think of? My dick just died. Can I bury it in your ass? Hey, man, y'all niggas love some anal, bruh. What the fuck? Y'all niggas love some anal. Y'all love the man. Come on, man. Like, look, I'm a man of Christ, too, and I like to hit it from the back with loving intentions. But if I'm being honest with you, it's one of those things where it's like, y'all love the booty hole, man. Is that the new thing? Is that what kids are doing nowadays? Is anal sex on the rise? I don't know. I'm a good Christian boy. I don't know. Well, I don't know. Like, because y'all loving it. I mean, are they saying ass and like the meaning of we're going to hit it from the back? Because for me, I'm like, I'm going to put it in the coochie. I'm going to hit it from the back. Like, I don't know. I have no clue. Maybe, but hey, you know, do you think? I don't think that's gonna work. She's gonna be like, "What? How would you get it hard if it's dead?" All right, what's the funniest gross pickup line that you can think of? You know what I like in a girl? What? My dick. Come on, man. You just asking for bitches to walk away from you. Like, bro, you just asking for bitches to walk away from you. You really are. You're just volunteering for, like, yes, please walk away from me. Like, bro, what are you doing? What the fuck? I get it. It's a catchy line. And, you know, if she's drunk enough, maybe. You know, but hey. All right, man. All right, what's the funniest gross pickup line that you can think of? Oh, come on, nigga. Okay, I guess he did a spin to it. Did you fall from heaven because it smells like something died in here? Like, she's just going to be like, what? No, that doesn't make sense. You have to call me an angel or some shit, you know? Did you just fart because you blew me away? All right, that one's old. Get the fuck out of here, Grandpa. Do you want to come over for pizza and fucking? No. You don't like pizza? Hey, all right. That one might get him. That one, you know what I mean? That might get him because it's a promise of food, you know? Yeah, okay. But I'm sure that one's old, too. If you were a booger, I'd pick you first. Yeah, nigga, this ain't 6th grade. Get the fuck out of here. Nice fuck wanna shoes. And that one, she'd be sitting there
What
like...
did he say?
She's like, nice fuck wanna shoes? What? Huh? What does that have to do with my shoes? Like, bro, come on, man. Yeah. For one, Grandpa, you need to get some better lines, all right? Because the whole heaven died, or did you fall from heaven because something died, or what? That's crazy. She probably wouldn't understand that. She's like, I don't think that's the way that goes. And then you got all these Grandpa ones. Oh yeah, well, I was a booger, I'd pick you. Oh yeah. Oh. She's like, okay. If I was a booger, I wouldn't pick you at all, you weirdo. And then the fart one, that one's stupid. They make it out of a little kick out of it, man. You know, you better go find you a 40-year-old girl. They might like that. That's from their time, you know. Goddamn. What's the funniest gross pickup line that you can think of? Are you super sexy, or is my vagina just drooling, or did you smooth talk just make me wet, or did I start my period? All right, look, girl. Look. If I'm being honest with you, you could cut all that middleman shit out of the way and just be like, wow, you make me wet. Done. You're having sex right there on the floor. Like, what are we talking about? You don't need all this extra quippy shit. That's for us. We got to be quippy and funny. You can just be like, damn, that made me wet. You can even just say pussy wet. Oh my, I swear, I'm telling you, man, there's this girl I knew. She literally saw this dude on Instagram. She saw his story, and she was just like, pussy wet. Done. They were dating for like the next 5 years before they broke up. Stop. Girl, you don't need no pickup lines. Fuck out of here, man. You could just be like, damn, that made me wet. Done. It's over. Us men, we are fucking single cell minded organisms. We're just like, sex? Yeah. Oh, definitely. Like, come on, man. We don't need all that extra stimulation shit. Y'all need that. We gotta be funny and quippy. You don't need that, girl. Come on now. That's crazy. Especially the last one. You know, did your smooth talk make me wet, or did I start my period? That I would be like, I hope you didn't start your period. Like, are you expecting me to be like, ooh, let's find out? They're like, no. The fuck? That's why that one doesn't make sense. Hey, you can just be like, pussy wet. Done. That's it. It's over. We're having sex. You know what I mean? I'm inserting in the next 5 minutes. Like, what are we talking about? Like, come on, girl. That's weird. Hey. Do your thing. Honestly, you could even say that line and it would still work. The guy would just be like, she's weird, but, you know, I'm down. Hey, come on, man. Let's just be real here, all right? What's the funniest gross pickup line that you can think of? Smells like a foot, but it's only an inch. Hey, that one's pretty good. Hey, I mean, you wouldn't want to tell a girl your dick smells like a foot, but I mean, you know, yeah. Because then she'd be like, hey, you have a stinky penis? No thanks. And it's only an inch long? No thanks. Oh my God. What's the funniest gross pickup line that you can think of? All right, I'm going to do 2 more, and then we're going to announcements and get into the book. So we're going to do 2 more. All right, what's the funniest gross pickup line that you can think of? My love for you is like diarrhea. I just can't hold it in. I mean, I get where you come from, but again, she's just going to be like, what? You love me like you love doo-dooing? Is that where we're going from? I mean, you know, unless you're a fucking Chad, man. And, you know, if you're a Chad, then she'll just be like, ha 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 ha, that's so much funny. But if you ain't a Chad, she's just going to be like, huh? Diarrhea? No, that's gross. Why would I be like diarrhea? And momentum gone, if I'm being straight with you. Hey, come on, man. Only Chads can get away with that one. You know? Alright. Okay. This will be our last one. What's the funniest gross pickup line that you can think of? Guy in a bar walks up to a woman and says, "Tickle your ass with a feather?" She smiles and away they go. The next night, a drunk asked the guy what he had said, and so he told him. "What if she seemed offended?" says the drunk. "Oh, then I say typically nasty weather, isn't it?" In a somewhat louder voice, the drunk decides to give it a try, walks up to a woman, says, "Stick a feather up your ass?" "What?" she screams. In a slightly louder voice, he says, "Pretty fucking cold out, don't you think?"
What? Bruh.
What? How did the first guy get some booty? He literally just said, "Tickle your ass with a feather?" And that's what I mean. Like, when you're a Chad, you could just say whatever. You could be like, "Yeah, girl, my love for you runs like my diarrhea." And she's gonna be like, "Oh, that's so funny." You know, you can be like, "Yeah, let me stick a feather up your butthole." And she's just like, "Yeah, totally am down." But like, if you ain't a Chad, man, you can't walk up to a girl and be like, "Yeah, let me stick a feather up your butthole." She's gonna be like, "What? You want a what to my what now?" Like, you know, and then he's like, yeah, great weather, huh?" It's like, bro, no. What? Why would that be the immediate follow-up? Why? That's so weird. Like, yeah, I like that. Let me stick a feather up your butthole. What? The weather's great, isn't it? Like, huh? All right, man. That's gonna go ahead and end that thread. My brain is melting right now. You guys are something else. Thank you for participating into the thread. If you did, man, you guys never cease to amaze me with the shit you guys come up with. It's absolutely wild. Even the Sunday show that we did with the Would You Rathers and all that stuff, you guys be coming up with some crazy shit, man. I love it. Love it all. It creates a good time, good vibes, all that good shit, man. But we're gonna go ahead and hop into the announcements. We're gonna shoot through those so we can get to you guys' favorite part of the show and the book. So, my patreon.com/Am I the Asshole podcast, get an exclusive episode every single Friday, as well as being able to send in your scenario to be featured on Tuesday and Sunday shows, all right? As well as your confession time, okay? I'm trying to do a new segment called Confession Time. We had one on Friday and we had one on Tuesday. I wasn't able to get one for Sunday. Yeah, it's a new segment, so not a lot of people are really sending them in, so we're gonna have to get in there. But don't worry, though. I will have one for you guys next time. Obviously, Thursday, I'm going to just keep it thread and book. So that way, we ain't adding anything extra to the Thursday show. I know you guys love your Thursday show, and you wanted to keep it the same. So I got you. But yeah, get on the Patreon, man. $3 a month. Get you exclusive episodes every single Friday. Send in your scenarios for Tuesday and Sunday. As well as getting part of the thread, getting priority when sending in your scenarios, all that good stuff. If you're an audio listener, keep downloading the show as well as rating the show 5 stars. Rating the show 5 stars helps to get new people on in here, man. As well as when you download, it just shows me that you guys are loving what we're doing week over week over week, all right? I stay as consistent as I possibly can, especially with the Tuesday and Sunday shows when it comes to Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. I try to be as consistent as I possibly can. Sunday, we do every other week, so I try to stay consistent with that. Doing it every other week does help me stay more consistent, just because with all the editing and all the shooting, and then as well as working full time, it's a lot to keep up with. So, but yeah, so keep downloading the show. Rate us 5 stars. It helps out a lot, and it's free, baby. It's all free. And if you want to help out even more on the free 99 side of things, get down in the description, click on the link tree, go to our TikTok, Instagram, as well as the YouTube. Instagram over 10K, TikTok over 10K, YouTube over 1,000. I think we're at like 1,500 or something like that right now. So let's keep running up the numbers, baby. Let's keep running them up. I appreciate you guys so much, man. Get in there, comment, get a part of the threads, all that good stuff, man. I love you guys so much. Without further ado, I'm going to shut up and we're going to get into the book. We're going to do chapters 29 and 30 of Haunting Adeline. So without further ado, let's go ahead and move you guys on over.
Chapter 29. The Hunter. I cock my head to the side, staring at the running man with bewilderment. Why does he run like that? I ask, genuinely concerned if Rick likes to peg himself with foreign objects. Maybe one got stuck because Jesus fucking Christ, who runs like that? That's a good question, Jay answers through my earpiece, sounding just as bemused as I am. He's watching through the drone hovering over the awkwardly running dude. We've been tracking Rick Borman since he fled from Francesca's house. He wasn't hard to find, despite his best efforts to stay hidden. I'm sure it hurt his shriveled little soul to have millions of dollars and not be able to fuck off to a tropical island with strippers and blow. Guess the dude hasn't fried his brain with drugs so badly that he's not aware of the massive target on his back. One of two people responsible for abducting my girl, and that's just not something I will take lightly. I sigh, point my gun, and shoot, the bullet hitting him in the back of the knee and sending him to the concrete with a sharp yelp. "Fucking cocksucker!" he shouts, his voice breaking like a 12-year-old boy. He even sounded like a kid who just learned to curse and does it every other word because he's trying to be cool. You really want to call me a cocksucker when that's what you've been doing the past 4 years just to get by? I retort, arching a brow as I approach him. We're in a dank alleyway with trash littered on either side, spilling over from the dumpsters. Or maybe there's a family of raccoons in there tossing out the undesirable rot. Makes me wonder if they'd keep Rick's body after he's dead. The pavement is wet and cold, and a whirring orange bulb hangs at the mouth of the alleyway, offering enough light to bless me with a pock-marked face and greasy hair tucked under a beanie. "Fuck you!" he spits, his trembling hands holding his bloody knee. Or what's left of it. He's rocking back and forth, moaning through the agony as he glowers up at me with hatred. Even Addie has more oomph in her glares than that. And she's never truly hated me, not like Rickety Dick here is about to. I crouch down and sweep my gaze across his form, dissecting him like bones out of fossilized shit. The summer camp counselors made us do that one year, and all I could feel was utter disgust. Feels about the same as I stare down at the sad excuse of a man. At the time, I couldn't fathom what the fuck the point of that exercise was. Now, I suppose it was useful because Rick here is no different. A pile of shit, with bones lodged somewhere inside, and unlike the first time, I'll enjoy pulling each one out of him. One by one. That's not the part you should be ashamed of. It's whose cock you're sucking. Xavier Delano ring a bell? He snarls, looking away and refusing to answer. Max gave him $3 million for kidnapping Addie. More than half of it is already gone. Aside from his drug addiction, Rick also has a gambling problem. Horses, specifically, and he's really fucking bad at it, too. Any money he makes, he sinks into the wrong horse's ass and comes out with shit in the end. To make up for his habit, he's tended to some wealthy men over the years, Xavier being one of them. "Do you know who I am?" He sputters out what's supposed to be a laugh, but sounds like a wet cough. "Am I supposed to?" He snips. "Aiming for the heart today, my guy," I respond, grinning. He snarls. "Let me guess. Z. No wonder you hide your face. You're fucking ugly." "Don't make me cry, Rick. I'm having too much fun," I deadpan. "This is about that stupid fucking diamond, isn't it? Did you kill Max already? Because I hope to see him in hell so I can kick his ass for getting me involved in that shit." He laughs again, similar to a hyena. "That fucking bit..." A rush of fury hits me in the chest, and I snap out my hand and grab him by the jowls, squeezing until he squeals like the fucking pig he is. "Finish that sentence, and I'll rip out your tongue with my bare hands and make you choke on it, and I wouldn't call my girl stupid when you're the one lying on trash with a bullet in your knee." I bite out. He seethes, but locks away all the insults he had ready to spew. I'd say he was getting smarter if he wasn't trying to slyly sneak his hand toward the knife in his back pocket. The handle is sticking completely out. Some think that my left eye is blind because of the discoloration and the scar slashing through it, but even if I was, a grandma with bifocals could see what he's up to. Patiently, I wait for him to think he has a chance. He wraps his fingers around the handle and then rips it out of his pocket and slashes it toward my face. I catch his wrist and snap it before he can blink, the knife dropping from his grip. He screams, eyes widening with shock as he stares at his limp, useless hand. I squeeze his face tighter, his fighting renewed. Really, dude? A fucking kitchen knife? I ask, picking up the pathetic weapon. It's what Addie used to carry around when she was attempting to hate me, and I laughed every time I saw it clutched in her tiny fist. Addie has the power to cut me. This bozo doesn't stand a fucking chance. He groans and thrashes in my grip, shaking his head roughly in an effort to dislodge my hand from his face. Let me fucking go! Well, shit, since you asked so nicely, I guess I will, I say, releasing him. His eyes widen once more in surprise, and then he's scrambling up, or at least trying to. He instantly drops back down, but he's not deterred. Desperation is more potent than a bullet wound to the knee. If the government could bottle that particular emotion, they could create an army of superhumans. It's the driving force that creates extraordinary abilities. Lifting a car off your dying child trapped beneath the tire. Running with a broken leg, or rather running with a kneecap shot out. I lift my gun and fire off another bullet to his other knee, sending him crashing back down to the ground. Let's see if he can run with both blown out. He might even make it on Guinness World Records. Person to run the longest with no knees. He cries out again, repeatedly tries to get up, and fails every time. I tip my head back and laugh my ass off. Shame. I would have liked to see Rick's picture in one of their books. Sorry, dude, I couldn't help myself. I really wanted to shoot you again. Expletives burst past his yellow, chipped teeth while he rolls across the ground shouting at the top of his lungs. Would you shut the fuck up? Someone could hear you and then I'll get in trouble. I reprimand, smiling wider when another string of colorful words spills from his mouth. Truthfully, we're in a shitty part of town. He can't legally leave the country, considering the government suspended his passport due to unpaid child support, and he doesn't have enough money anymore to buy a fake one. So he was trying to hide in the boonies a few hours out from Seattle, but that is currently backfiring. There are probably several people who heard him scream, but no one is going to help him. Not when they've got their own criminal activities taking place and their noses or veins clogged with whatever drug they could find. Pretty sure a dead guy is lying on the side of the street up the road, and several people stepped over him and kept it moving. It's a very mind-your-own-fucking-business type of neighborhood. Perfect place to commit homicide. Weather's nice, too. Z, are you playing with your food again? Jay pitches in with exasperation. What gave it away? I ask, standing up and walking over to where Rick lies on the ground. He's attempting to crawl away, dragging himself little by little with his arms. Desperation is running out, and resignation is setting in. You're going to burn in fucking hell with me. The sad little man spits, saliva shooting from his mouth. Just you fucking wait. I sigh wistfully, rolling up each of my sleeves. I sure hope so, Rick. That way I can torture you there, too. I kick the side of his stomach until he rolls onto his back, what's left of his kneecaps bleeding profusely. He's limp, now praying for death instead of trying to escape it. Even if he did survive, what kind of life would he have with no fucking knees? The dude is short as it is. He can't afford to lose any more inches. Crouching again, I tip up his chin and press the sharp edge of the knife to his throat. He doesn't fight, only seethes at the grim reaper from beneath his blade. Any last words? I slice his neck, cutting off more than just his response. I don't actually care, I say, his eyes widening surprise and mouth parting as he begins to choke on his blood. Ugh, can you mute your earpiece? I can hear him gurgling from here. Jay groans in my ear. I roll my eyes and ignore him, continuing to saw at his throat. The knife is duller than a grandma's sex life, and getting through muscle and bone takes much longer than I'd like. Eventually I remove his head from his body, my arm aching from the effort. His blood covers me like oil, and I feel like I just walked off the Carrie movie set. After tossing his head on top of his chest, I wipe my hands on my jeans, then fish into my hoodie pocket and pull out a cigarette. Rolling the tension out of my neck, I light the stick and inhale deeply. Tobacco fills my lungs, instantly calming me. I inhale death in order to erase the urge to create it. Rio booked a flight to Greece, Jay informs me. He's been jumping all over the country since Addie escaped, and just like Rick, what's in his bank account isn't enough to manufacture a new alias, which means he's easily traceable. And if I can find him, so can Claire. He's on borrowed time regardless of who gets to him first. Personally, I'd like to be the one to stick my knife through his throat, but a particular little mouse is keeping me from doing so. She hasn't said it aloud, but she doesn't want Rio dead. What pisses me off more is that I can't entirely blame her. She formed a trauma bond with him, and as much as that irritates the hell out of me, I'm also glad she had someone kinda sorta looking out for her in that house. Doesn't negate the fact that she was there because of him. He may have helped her escape and cleaned up her wounds, but he still helped destroy her first. Just because you take the time to pick up the pieces after shattering a dish doesn't mean that it's not your fucking fault that it broke. So therefore, he should die. Exhaling a thick plume of smoke, I take out a small container of lighter fluid from my pocket next. Continue to keep an eye out for other intelligence tracking him, especially from Claire. Send out one of my mercenaries to trail him too. I'm sure he has a massive hit out on him, and they will need to be taken care of, I ordered Jay. Only I will be the one to put a bullet in his brain. Roger, he murmurs, and the sound of keys clicking arises, causing my eye to twitch in irritation. So fucking obnoxious. Have fun on your adventure. I grunt, the earpiece clicking to indicate the call ended. Then I uncap the lighter fluid and drench Rick's body and severed head in it. Taking one more deep pull first, I flick the cigarette onto his corpse, stepping back as it bursts into flames. The ride to hell is going to be a tough one, Rickety Dick. Have fun on your adventure.
Chapter 30. The Diamond. 1 month later. Does Francesca happen to have short blonde hair? Dia asks, storming into the living room with her laptop in hand. No, I answer, sweat dripping into my eyes. Sibby drops her hand, which was curled into a fist and ready to drive right into my face. I rub my eyes, feeling the heat pressing in now that I'm no longer distracted with the screaming banshee that likes to use me for a punching bag. Well, she does now. My eyes light up, forgetting all about how hot and exhausted I am. You found her? You're goddamn right I did. Fucking freak accident, too. Cam from an old diner tagged her in a small town in South Carolina about 8 hours ago. She was walking to the restroom and a waitress collided with her. Her sunglasses went flying and bam. The second the words come out of Dia's mouth, Sibby's fist is flying into my stomach. I tip over, the oxygen ripped from my lungs as pain explodes throughout my abdomen. My eyes bug from my head and only a wheeze escapes. What the hell, Sibby? Dia barks. We weren't done sparring. Sibby shrugs. Never fool yourself into thinking you're safe. Even if you do smell like pretty flowers. Did you forget I murder people? I cough, hunched over as I turn my head and glower at the evil witch. She giggles and skips away, satisfied that she taught me a valuable lesson for the day. God, I'm gonna kill her, I wheeze, straightening and shooting another round of daggers into the corridor she disappeared through. Another cough bursts from my throat. After I catch my breath, though, I rasp, dropping to the checkered tile with exhaustion. I've been sparring with her and Zaid every day, all day. Between the two of them, I'd be happy to take the coward's way out and poison them in their sleep, just so a girl can get some peace and quiet. However, I can't lie and say that I'm not slowly becoming a badass. The past month has been full of ups and downs. Zaid was forced to buy a new car since his was not only identified at Satan's affair when Sibby was caught, but now as a getaway car for her this time. Thankfully, Zaid never puts anything under his name, so they still weren't able to identify him. Regardless, driving it is no longer safe, and for a second there, I thought he was going to have a memorial for the damn thing. The USBs that Sibby stole from Jimmy were useless, and due to her being caught outside of his office, his paranoia got the best of him and he trashed everything. Normally, it could be chalked up to happenstance that she was outside of his building, but Claire is well aware of the connection between Sibby and Zaid, considering her husband was one of their victims, which means Jimmy is aware too. Hence, why all of his devices were wiped and discarded, including the jump drives. Zaid saw it coming, though, and sent one of his mercenaries into Jimmy's house to plant extra USBs in his home office. It paid off. 2 weeks ago, Zaid got an alert that Claire had connected one of his drives to her laptop. All of her previous employees are in the thick of their lawsuits against her, and it's safe to say Jimmy's hair has turned 2 shades whiter. There's no expectation for them to win, but Zaid has made sure to compensate them already for their time and effort. They all have stable jobs and protection from Claire now. Since then, our time has been spent decoding her messages and pulling as much information as possible from her business dealings. We were able to pin her location on a remote island on the other side of the world. We're going over the best way to draw her out from it, but Zaid wants to get as much intel on the society before we kill her. It was daunting to learn that Claire's influence runs much deeper than we'd ever imagined. She has her hands in everything. Charities, hundreds of thousands of organizations and businesses, banks, big pharmas and the medical industry, the judicial system, and, of course, the entire fucking government. It will take years to undo all the damage she's done and erase her influence. "I'll help you kill her," Daya says, sitting next to me and crossing her legs. "But first, Francesca." So after she and the waitress collided, Francesca threw a huge fit and slapped the woman. Authorities were called, but Rocco strong-armed their way out of the diner and into their rusty brown Chevy Impala. They took off, and I was able to track them all the way back to the motel they're staying in. "Holy shit," I breathe, eyes wide. "You fucking found them." She grins. "Showtime, baby." I'm jittery as fuck. I wipe my clammy hands on my jeans, taking deep breaths to calm my nerves. "You can do this," I tell myself, then immediately turn my attention to the she-devil above. Right, God? Tell me I'm right. Zaid and I hopped on his private jet within 24 hours of finding out where Francesca and Rocco had been hiding. Since he has mercenaries in every state, he had one of them get a car ready for us at the airport. And an hour later, I'm standing outside their door and slightly panicking. The motel I'm standing in front of looks like it comes straight out of Bates Motel, run down and owned by a serial killer. The siblings have been staying here for the past 3 nights, and the vindictive part of me is overjoyed by it. My former groomer has always lived in filth, but would walk around like she was dripping in money and class. She wanted nothing more than to live lavishly, but was forced to stay in a shitty house with her brother by Claire's demand. The house's location was perfect for hiding girls and hosting the culling, so Claire wouldn't allow her to relocate somewhere nicer, something Francesca would complain about often. So instead, she sank all her money into her wardrobe to give off the illusion that she was thriving. And this is the bottom of the barrel when it comes to filth, just as the bitch deserves. "Room service!" I call out, rapping my knuckles on the red door. Shouting can be heard from inside, but they're not any louder than the domestic violence case 2 doors down, nor is it any louder than the other strung-out couple 3 doors ahead, loud moaning and grunting coming from their room. "Go away!" Francesca calls from the other side, followed by a fleshy slap.
"You stupid bitch. That right there is why we're in this situation. You can't keep your fucking hands to yourself."
"Oh, that's rich coming from you," she hisses back. "What about all my girls, huh? You think they'd tell you that you kept your hands to yourself?"
"You shut the fuck up right now or I'll kill you."
"Do it!" she screams. "We lost everything anyway, Rocco. We haven't heard from Claire for damn near a month now, except to be told we can't leave the goddamn country. We're running out of money because we can't fucking access our cards. I'm tired of this stupid-ass wig, and this motel has cockroaches." My hand is suspended in the air, ready to knock again, but I must admit, that little pity party entertained me. "Room service!" I call again, smiling when Francesca screeches loudly in response. Sibby would be proud. That telltale sign of her heels stomping towards the door wipes the smile off my face. For a moment, I forget to breathe as I'm transported back into that house, dreading every step that pounded through the wooden floors. The door is swinging open, snapping me out of my nightmares, only for them to materialize before me. She's seething, breathing heavily like a bull with her wide eyes locked on me. "Hey, Francesca. Miss me?" I ask, forcing a broad smile on my face. Seeing her is affecting me far more than I anticipated, but it doesn't minimize the murderous rage I feel toward her. If anything, it heightens it more. Rocco comes up behind her, his jowls wiggling as he walks. Francesca is frozen in the doorway, a stricken look on her face, while I stand equally paralyzed. Breathe, Addie. They can't hurt you anymore.
You've got to be shitting me,
Rocco says, snapping Francesca and I both out of the stare-down we found ourselves in. She goes to slam the door shut, but I'm throwing my shoulder back into it, the wood reverberating off the door stopper. Zayd took EpiPen dispensers and filled them with small doses of anesthesia for me. Quickly, I grab one of them out of my front pocket and stab it into the side of her neck before her nails have the chance to claw at my face. Francesca drops right as Rocco barrels into me like a linebacker, his body smashing me into the wall and knocking the breath from my lungs. My head knocks against it, learning the hard way that the walls are concrete. Stars explode in my eyes, and all I can do is blindly knock away Rocco's hand until I shake them from my vision. I manage to land one hit to Rocco's throat, weak as it is, and swerve under his arm. He chokes and hacks, providing me enough time to regain my bearings. The last time he raped me was also the last time he would ever see me helpless. Growling, he whips around, swinging out his arm as he does, aiming towards my face. I duck and land a kick to his stomach, taking him by surprise. Before he can recover, I kick out once more, this time between his legs. He shouts, eyes bulging and tipping over from the pain. I grab the other dispenser and jam it into his neck, his groans soon fading into silence. Rock and roll plays loudly from one neighbor, and the other has the news channel blasting from the TV. Thankfully, neither of them seems inclined to check on us. Panting, I turn to find Zayd leaning in the doorframe, arms crossed and a smirk on his face. A mixture of heat and pride swirl in his yin-yang eyes, and I can't help but feel on top of the fucking world.
Good job, little mouse,
He praises, his voice deep and smooth as butter. Didn't want to join in? He smirks.
My girl had it handled.
My chest swells. Having Zayd's love feels like a dream, but having his trust and confidence feels like a dream come true. Thanks, I breathe, a bead of sweat dripping down my back. I plant my hands on my hips, peering down at the duo passed out on the floor. They look heavy. Dusting my hands off, I head towards him and pat his chest, saying, I'll let you carry them out, before slipping past him. Zayd's answering growl quickens my steps, a genuine smile blooming on my face. When I glance behind me, his head is turned over his shoulder, and he's staring at me like he has plans for me later. He won't act on them, but I won't lie and say the idea doesn't sound a little intriguing. After checking for passersby, Zayd quickly drags Rocco into the back seat and Francesca in the trunk. They'll be out for a while still, but he speeds us back to the airport anyway. Thankfully, they don't wake up until halfway through the flight home, and we knock them right back out again before they can give either of us a headache. It's after midnight by the time we pull up to the looming Gothic mansion, the gargoyles stationed on either side of the roof, staring down at us. I imagine they'd approve of what we're doing if they were alive. This time, I help Zayd. He takes Rocco, and I wrangle Francesca out of the trunk. I accidentally drop her, which earns a chuckle from Zayd as he heaves Rocco up the porch steps and through the front door. Luckily, Francesca is rail-thin. She was obsessed with her image and ate like a rabbit. Bending down, I lift her up by the arms and throw her over my shoulder and then quickly make my way into the manor. The weight I lost during my captivity has been packed back on with muscle. Not only am I back to a healthy weight, but I'm in better shape than ever. Toned in all the right places, muscle lining my arms and legs. And even my ass is rounded. Most days I still struggle with looking in the mirror and seeing something beautiful like I used to. Not because of how I look, but how I feel. In my eyes, my body is stained with dirty handprints, and no amount of scrubbing will set me free of them. I let Francesca drop to the floor, her head cracking into the checkered tile. Sweat lines my hairline, and I take a moment to catch my breath. Francesca and Rocco will assume that Zayd will quickly torture and kill them, but that's where they're wrong. I have far grander plans in mind, not just for them, but for Xavier Delano, too. He's been hiding away on his private island with a mini army surrounding him, but Zayd has gotten word that he has an LA trip planned at the end of the month. The island isn't far off the west coast, and it'll only be a 2-hour flight, but it's still impossible to hide a big black jet from air traffic control. Not unless he wants to risk flying nose first into another plane and come crashing right back down in several pieces. That would be fucking embarrassing. So, until we get our hands on Xavier, Francesca and Rocco will be hanging out with the ghosts in the basement. It was finished when I renovated Parsons Manor, but it's still creepy as fuck down there. When Sibby spots our new arrivals, she jumps up and down excitedly.
"They smell positively rotten,"
she shouts, curling her lip in disgust. Pointing to Rocco, she says,
"That one smells like rotten eggs, and the other smells like a rotten pumpkin."
Mine and Zaid's eyes clash, a what the fuck look on both of our faces.
Pumpkin?
He mouths silently with confusion. I shrug, too exhausted to give a shit. Most of this day has been spent traveling, and I'm ready for bed. Sibby, get her legs. We'll carry her down together, I direct. She turns around and speaks to one of her henchmen.
"You guys are bathing their stench off me later."
Oh my God, I say, turning my gaze back to Zaid's. I'm going to have to give the tub a bath tomorrow. He shakes his head, appearing disturbed.
Use holy water. Lots of holy water.
May 29th, 2022. I'm in love with Zaid. It feels good to write it down, considering I'm too chicken shit to say it to his face. Not because I'm worried about what he'll say back. I'm quite confident of that part, actually, but because I want to be able to say it when I'm not still thinking of someone else. Okay, gross. I don't think of my rapists in that way. That made me sound like I'm longing for them or something. Really, I hate them. I hate them all. And they won't leave me alone. Every time I close my eyes, there they are. And how the fuck am I supposed to say I love you when seconds later I'll remember the feel of another man inside me? It's fucked. I'm fucked.
All right. And that is chapters 29 and 30. Bit of short chapters this time around, but it is what it is. I got to leave you guys on a cliffhanger to keep you coming back. All right. So that has been today's episode. Thank you guys so much for watching and listening. Appreciate you all. Again, I will see you guys on Friday if you're on Patreon. Tuesday, if you're a free 99 person, and we'll get to chapters 31 and 32 next week. All right. Love you guys all. You guys have an amazing weekend, and peace.